Eva, are we?
Yes, good morning, and welcome. Happy Thursday. Good morning to another episode of Viva Cafe con Leche. I am Dr. Lori Monaco from Align Yourself Inc. And welcome. Happy Thursday. Good morning. And oh my goodness, nothing worse than hearing your own voice broadcast. I am the Badass Buddha, and I am a life coach specializing in mindfulness practice and transformation. I'm also a speaker. I'm a holistic practitioner, and that's it. I am coming from Southern Connecticut, another dreary day in Southern Connecticut. I think it was like that on Tuesday, but I am bringing my own sunshine. How's that? So good morning, everybody, and welcome. Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning, Badass Buddha. It's also dreary, but these are my favorite types of days. Gray, rainy days. So that's exactly what I have. So I am grateful. I am the Margarita, spiritual and creative healing life coach, living in the rhythms of my ancestors. As you can see today, I felt them very strong. I am a spiritual and creative healing life coach. So let me know if you want some coaching from the Gladiator Guru, coming to you from Sunshine State, Florida.
Except
how's everybody's morning?
Except not today, not sunshine.
Yeah. I think too much sunshine is depressing. When I say that, people think I'm crazy. But you know what?
I don't agree with that.
It's like in everything, you need balance. And every day when you wake up here, except this is hurricane season, so this is to be expected. But sunshine, it's just, you know what? Sometimes the overcast days are like those days you got to sit your ass down in the corner and just breathe. Don't think about what you got to do, what you've done. Well, nothing. Just sit down and breathe. Those are the overcast days for me. Those are the rainy, dreary days for me. They're very much needed.
I will admit, you're right. I do like the break. But you're right. Too much is too much. Like too many gray days are really, they get you down after a while if there's too many of them in a row. Like I couldn't live in places that are very dreary and gray all the time. Like I hear that about Seattle all the time. It's very cloudy and overcast a lot. I don't think I can do it. But I do like the breaks, absolutely. But I think I prefer sun a little bit more. Like my sister lives in Southern California. And Southern California, I mean, their weather, I mean, if you take away the wildfires, but other than that, their weather is sunny like almost all the time. It starts off overcast in the morning, burns off by late morning, and then it's just pretty much sunny almost every single day, except during the rainy season, which is, I think, is in the early spring or something to that effect. But anyway, shout outs. Good morning. Tiffany Bryan jumped right in. Good morning, Tiffany. And she says, good morning, beautiful ladies. Good morning, beautiful Tiffany. How about you? You got shout outs on your end?
Good morning. I'll let you know now because I thought I started a watch party and I hadn't. But no, so far, Tiffany Bryant, you are the one that's making us smile today, early this morning. So far, she's the only one.
Well, I see there's other people on. It's just not showing.
Okay, I see. Good morning, Janine. Good morning, Lillian. Is it overcast in Orlando too? I'm sure it is. I know it's been raining here all day, and I love that. See, in Connecticut, I'm used to when you wake up in the morning, it's raining. You know how to set your day. It's gonna rain all day.
Yeah, that's true.
Light, whatever, but it's gonna rain all day, so you set your day. Here, it could be like bright as sunny in the morning. Getting ready, do your hair, you step out to go into your car to go to work, it's pouring, and then it's not, and then it is. So yeah, at least here, I mean, in Connecticut, there's consistency.
Well, there's not consistency where you are in Tampa because I lived in Sarasota for a year, and in the summer, it rained like clockwork, exactly the same time every day. It was like at 4 o'clock or something like that, 3:30 to 4. There was rain for 1 hour, and I mean like downpoured thunder, lightning, those streets got flooded, and then it would clear up like nothing. And it was like you could seriously set your clock to it, and you would just know to get in by this time, and then it would rain, and then it'd be even hotter. Like the steam would be coming off the ground. It would just be brutal for the next like 3 hours after that. But yeah, it was like it would come down like instantly, and then it would just stop. It doesn't do that where you are. Maybe it's
Yeah.
weather has shifted quite a bit over the years.
Well, and people also say, "Oh my God, look it. Let me get in. It's about to rain." And then I look at what they're looking at. I'm like, what the hell are they looking at? Like, I haven't learned. I've been here going on 14 years, and I have not learned to read the clouds. I just love to stare at them. I think Florida has beautiful, beautiful cloud formations. But no, yeah, I haven't really paid attention to that. But yeah, it would rain around a certain time. I can't say I paid attention as to if it was exactly, but yeah, it is always hotter. In Connecticut, when it rains, it gets cooler.
That is true. And Ephraim is waiting in the waiting room, but I'm sure he's watching. And remember, he's moving to Florida. So,
Oh, that's right.
but I'm sure he will probably love that. He's probably not going to care one little teeny tiny bit about it being that.
No, because it'll come in like me, all full of rage, and then it's like, okay, I'm over it, and stop. Yeah, so you know it's not going to be an all day thing. It's going to pour. You either wait it out or you get wet to get to where you're going to, but then it's it. That's it. But lately it's been like consistent. Like yesterday was all day. Lillian said, no, it's sunny out in Orlando. So either way, here we are. I'm loving my day.
And good morning to any shout outs? You got shout outs. Michelle came on. Michelle's on Good Morning Beauties. She said, good morning to you, Beauty. Glad you're here, Michelle.
Yes, bienvenida. Miggy is on.
Miggy.
Good morning, Miggy. So yeah, so I didn't get no messages. Let me check.
I did. I checked the Instagram page and the Facebook page, and I did get 2 people that answered our call for questions. So we got 2 pretty good questions. And then, right, Gladiator Guru, you and I came up with some stuff. And then Ephraim, maybe he'll come up with his own questions too as we start asking him questions. You know, this is, it's meant to be a fun and informative topic, you know, to see, you know, and it probably will not be the only topic, because one of the things that Guru and I were talking about yesterday, we were not, I don't know if we just weren't syncing, we weren't feeling it, but we weren't coming up with some good questions. Both of us were stuck. We were literally just sort of paused, like as if somebody hit a pause button. And I thought you froze at one point while we were on our call, our prep call. I'm looking at you going, did she freeze? And it was just because Margie stopped to think about what we were talking about. And she just sort of sat there because we were like, I don't know, we were out of it. But we did come up with stuff. And this is a good one, because one of the pieces that started to come up, right, it was about dating or relationships, and he's just not that into you kind of deal. And so I thought that would probably be a great conversation in and by itself, right? So we'll probably have something stem off of this one. So anyway,
I think we did it. Okay, Ephraim, good morning. Now he says, am I supposed to be scared? No, just be.
Please, really? You? I don't think so.
He's being what was that word I want to say? Facetious. No, let me tell you something. I think I was quiet because I think this is like, I think this conversation, it has a heartbeat of its own.
Yes,
so there really wasn't much. That's why I kept saying, like, there really wasn't much for us to question as much as what is going to form itself while we're having the conversation live. Because like I said in my short video, which I wasn't as informative as you are, but I did it late, and you know what the word of the day yesterday was for me. So it's like, I don't know. We have to. It'll form. It'll form. I'm like whatever. So you know what? Hello. Let me drink my coffee. Viva Cafe con Leche. Look at my mug. See the good.
Oh, I like that mug. I've never seen you. You never brought that one out before.
No, it's from the Magnolia. Like I got lost in Target the other day, and my niece called me. She's like, Where are you? I'm like, I'm with Magnolias. You know, Chip and Joanne Magnolia.
I love them. I absolutely love everything about them.
And this was the last one there, and I just love their clay pottery that they have. So anyway, and it's Café Bustelo, but let me tell you about Café Bustelo. Café Bustelo is growing. They see the competition. They're not sitting behind for nobody. So they have the brown metal things. It's Café Bustelo Colombia. And then I bought the Café Bustelo Brazil, which it has some coffee beans from Brazil, some like with heavy nutty nuts, the nutty flavors in it and everything. And I'm like, okay, Café Bustelo is going international within the Latin community, within the Latino culture, like South America, you know, and I love it. So I bought the Brazilian one. It's pretty good. I like that it's kind of, it's like a dark roast, but it's I didn't know it is nutty, and there's some other notes to it that I'm still trying to learn just by taste. So yeah, Café Bustelo Brazil, and I want to try them all. I'm going to get the Colombia one soon. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Don't forget the Taza de Café challenge with your selfie. Some sent me some mugs the other day, but they were like one or two of them. So yeah, here's mine. Lori, what's yours?
Oh, I went back to my Life is Good cup with my heart.
I love it. I love to recycle my mugs. Like I go out there and I see so many mugs and I'm like, why am I going to get that? Because the ones I have, I love. They make me smile. They make me feel happy, especially my hamster hand. So, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to get more along the way, but I'm happy with that. Shout out to Luis from España, from Molina Seca.
Morning, Spain.
Bienvenido.
I've always, like my mom has always had like coffee cups that match, this whole set kind of deal. And I bought a set myself, and I was, and then almost, and I love them. They're very pretty. But then it kind of dawned on me since we've been doing the show. I'm like, I don't want matching cups. Like I want cups that say beautiful things, and I want when people to come that when they come and visit me, I want to put the cups out there and let them choose the cup that they connect with the best, and not have those matching, cups. So little by little, I'm actually collecting more and more cups. I'm trying to get, like, that one's really pretty. I really like that one. I like the simplicity of it. But I'm trying to go, like, wherever I go, I'm trying to find, like, really, really unique cups. I mean, I liked this one. I mean, granted, it's Life is Good, so it's the name brand, but I just love it because it's got the heart on it, and I love hearts. So my goal is to spread positivity and love on the cup, so that when people come over, they're like enjoying that as well. Like they'll make comment to what's on the cup, and the other criteria is I don't want like just a plain old cup, like when you, like I one cup that I got, it's just a plain old simple cup with writing on it. I want, like yours, hold yours up again. Hold yours up again. It's a little narrower at the top, it widens at the bottom. Like I want those kind of things. Like just everyone a little bit different. Like our round beehive cups, those are nice. I like the one, you and I have both of those.
I hear you. I want cups that are like me. Many styles, many shapes, many sayings, many personalities. It all goes together. And so, yeah. So what is your mantra of the day? Or do you want me to say my affirmation?
Yeah, do your intention. Let's set your intention for today, and then we'll do the mantra, and then we will get Efraim in on the conversation.
Okay. Hola, mi gente. So the affirmation intention for today is I choose to stop apologizing for being me.
Nice.
Self-acceptance.
Say it again.
I choose to stop apologizing for being me.
I choose to stop apologizing for being me. So everybody make sure you say that, write it down. And that's your intention for today. And look at it throughout your day, but set it. And the mantra that can go with that is every day in every way I'm getting better and better, which is a quote from Laura Silva. Every day in every way I'm getting better and better. So write that down.
How perfect. Did you not realize we didn't share our choice for today, but they go hand in hand? Because once you stop apologizing for being who you are, then you grow into being a better person because of self-acceptance. I love it. I love it.
Michelle says, I love eclectic handmade mugs with tiny little flaws. Yes. Oh my God, I do too. Like when they're a little crooked or where they have like a dimple on there that they weren't supposed to have. Yes. Absolutely. I love that as well. That'd be great for a whole collection of just those. You know, like that's what you put out for one particular sitting is just these crooked, you know, shoot, I could probably make those. I could definitely make a crooked mug. There's no question. But I could definitely make a crooked one. All right. So let's get Efraim in this morning, and he's going to add sunshine to our day as he always does.
Good morning, Nancy Green.
I see. Can you hear us, Efraim? We can't see you though.
You cannot? Why not?
We cannot.
And you know our fans, there we go. I was going to say our fans definitely want to see you. They come all the time.
Well, I like that.
Good morning.
How you ladies doing?
Fantastic. And you?
I'm with my oink. Having my coffee, my café pilão. And delicious. I think that's my third cup already for the day.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You don't need coffee. And he doesn't even need any coffee. Like his energy level is just.
Yeah, but I don't actually, I don't think it changed much for me. I think I was born the way I am. Coffee is just like Marge says all the time, it's just because it gives me an extra pleasure.
Yes, I agree. I have to agree with him on that one. So
because yeah.
But
Coffee just.
I do love coffee though. I do love coffee. Coffee is all day long. I am with this baby in my hands.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm the same way. So yeah.
Are we ready to have our conversation this morning on what the hell does he mean? So you are going to represent the male population with the conversation.
I hope I do justice to it because I'm not your ordinary kind of male.
Yes, we know that.
Not better, not worse. It's just that, well, I think I view a lot of things different than a lot of people in my life. I don't know if it's gonna go against or agree to anything, but the truth of the matter is, this is nothing but a point of view, right? Of our ways of looking at things.
Right. Yeah.
As long as everybody that's listening to this know that it is a point of view, I'm good to answer and talk about anything.
Yes, that's what I mean. They would be silly if they thought otherwise, right? I mean, you know, all of this is all our point of view completely. But yes, I agree with you, and I think it's more just the conversation needs to just focus a lot more on the fact that there is always this miscommunication between genders, and while that could be a completely another show too, it's just that sometimes like we say something, we ask a question, and then we get an answer from a guy and we're not sure how to take it. And women are notorious. I'll admit to this. We create this huge story sometimes and we analyze to death about what the man says and what they mean by it. And a lot of times it's so innocent, or it's so minuscule compared to what we blow it up to. I mean, what do you think, Marchie? Is that a true statement or?
It is, and I think that's why women need to put their big girl panties on and say, what are you saying? Okay, so what you're saying is, my husband used to hate when I used to do that. May he rest in peace. He's like, you are not a lawyer, and I am not. understand. And I said,
That's
well,
what you're saying.
if you speak with clarity, I don't have to ask it. So I need to put it back out there. So what you're saying is, so that there's no confusion, because I'm an overthinker. And if I know I'm an overthinker, I'm not going to take whatever shit you're putting out there and then try to put it together like a Rubik's Cube, because I can't even do that. So, yeah. So I think if men, we're different, and we have to accept that we're different. And so, yeah, you're right. We have to have clarity, and we're not always going to get it. But what we can do is say, what do you mean by that? Break it down.
Would you actually, Efraim, that's a good question. Do you think, in your opinion as a man, do you think that women tend to overthink more than men?
There is no doubt about that, in my opinion. The thing is this, right? No matter if a woman is with an intention of having a little bit of a disagreement, whatever it is that I say, whatever I come from, even when the woman says, is that what you said? Yes, that's what I said. But then the interpretation of what I said is what the problem lies, right? It isn't what I said, it's how you understand. So I can say anything. I can look at you and say, Margie, I think you're beautiful. You could look at me. Did you say I'm beautiful? Yeah. And then you could say, what do you mean? Am I not beautiful every day? And then the shit starts right there, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
What it is, in my viewpoint, there is always room for interpretation, no matter where we come from. And no matter how clear I think I am, I still can sound either stupid or offensive, however it is that you are standing expecting it from me. So if you come from a place of, well, you're not feeling so good, but let's just pretend, okay? For pretend's sake that you are PMSing. That's the case all the time for every woman. But the thing is, if you are already upset about something or something was not clear for you, coming from any other circumstance, and you ask me something, then I say, and then you repeat what I said. So how is that going to sound? It's going to be a big problem. So yes, women overthink, women misjudge so many times, and men do too. But I think coming from me, I've been married a couple times, and I had a few girlfriends, and I've been in that situation many times where there was no way I could escape from an argument. And no matter how much I try to explain, I don't know. It's a very tough thing, for sure, in terms of.
Do you think though that, so if women overthink, do you think men in some ways underthink?
I think we don't think at all. We just act.
Yeah.
And then shit hits the fan all the time, and then we have to explain ourselves because not many people understand that. So, but look, it is not man. I think, in my opinion, it is not men or women. I think this is a human tendency. We tend to be like this. Some people are more than others. You know, it's like not many women are like you, Marge, that says what it comes to on your mind. Sexually speaking, you're completely free. Not many women are like this. Are all men like me? No. So does that mean it is because of a man? Is that because of a woman? Marge, Lori doesn't do what you do. She doesn't speak the way you do. You know what I mean? So I don't think it is a man or woman thing. I think it is a human thing. And some days we are shadier than other days. And now we're going to always have this argument, and we're going to always say that it's because you're white, because you're black, because you're well-educated, because you're not, because you're rich, because you're poor. But at the end, it all comes back to one thing. It's, in my opinion, it's all the same. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we all mess up all the time in our communication.
We do. Now, let's get to the real thing. With what the hell does he mean? So Lori has two questions she wants to throw at you, right? Two people sent in questions.
So we're going to go to our viewers because we got two questions, and then we have our own stuff that we can go to, but let's get with them first. All right, so Nancy Green, she wrote, she asked, or she said that the statement "you've changed," when a man says "you've changed," she wants to know what do they mean by that when they just lay that question out there or that statement out there, like "you've changed," and then sort of just leave it out there.
This is a question for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like from a man's perspective.
Well, look, I think we had a conversation like this a while ago. We mentioned that in the beginning, everybody pretend to be what they are not. And then get to a point where the real you show up. Now that you have me, let's just pretend that you want me. And then you pretend to like the things that I say. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, let's just...
Go ahead.
No, it's just that the way I look at this is this, right? If you want me and you think it would be important for you to have me, you would be whatever you think that I would attract me. And
Absolutely.
then I would have you. So now the two of us are together. So a couple months later, you are not being the same person that you were when I met you. So I come to you and say, wow, you're not the same. And then what does that mean? It means, well, in the beginning, you wanted to have sex with me all the time, for instance, and everything was fine. Any place was great, no problem. In the car, in the street, at the beach, and then suddenly you changed. Now there is no more sex for me. So, but I understand this, right? Because people pretend all the time, but does that happen to everybody? Everybody gets this? I don't know. It's just that might be the question. Why did you change so much? You used to wake up in the morning and we have coffee together. Now you're tired every day. So what changed? So I don't know.
Absolutely.
But men say that men and women both say this. It's not just exclusive to a man saying it to a woman or vice versa. But it's when that's said, it's an indicator that you are not the person that you were like in the beginning of the relationship, good or bad. So in other words, if a woman improves herself, she can still get that statement from the man.
Yeah, totally.
You've changed. And meaning that you're not the person that I want you to be. See, this is my interpretation as a female. You are no longer the person that I want you to be anymore. Does that seem a little bit more accurate because what if she changed for the better and the man still makes that statement? It's like threatening. It's like threatening.
The better or the opposite. It is, again, a point of view. Maybe you look at it as the better not having sex with me for you. And I think
you keep bringing up sex.
I don't know why, because
maybe the sex hasn't changed. Maybe that's all.
No, but I'll tell you this. One of the biggest problems in relationship between couples is either having too much for someone or not having it all. I live amongst people, a community with lots of couples, and 99% of the times it's either money or sex, choose. But the problem is always going to be there. But the thing is, what is good, I think this, right? If we both were to speak completely openly about how things are for each other, then this conversation would never arise. But the problem is, nobody tell the fucking truth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody lies. So now it might be better for you that you found, let's say you go to college now, and you never, I tried forever to get you to take yourself to the next level. And suddenly one day out of the blue, after I stopped talking about it, you start college. And I was like, what happened? So it's for better, but you never listened to anything I said when I was trying to push you. Now, out of the blue, you start, now I'm going to question. Why didn't you do this a long time ago? And then you're never going to remember that I said to you, go anyway in the first place. So it happens all the time in many different conversations. I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying anything that makes any sense, but the truth.
You do.
The truth.
You hit it.
I think the bottom line is, can we at least tell what it is so, rather than allowing me to have my own imagination and bring it to a place where it's not going to take neither one of us to a happy place. I don't know. I think it's all about going back to, let's stop pretending.
I think you hit a lot on the nose, Lori. Yeah, you're right. I think that coming from me, that I've been accused of being overwhelming in every part. In every part.
Not believe it.
Yeah. And I, every time someone like truly admits that to me, a man, I'm like, are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Because I am me. And what it is Ephraim, the first thing you said about you changed before Lori gave her interpretation was that when you first meet, you're absolutely right. People, they morph into what they believe the other person is looking for. Then once the person and they connect and they are in a relationship, I've known a lot of female, I'm speaking for the female, they get laxed. They don't fix up anymore. They don't want to do this. They don't want to, before they were always, oh, baby, you're hungry. I'll take you lunch to work. Whatever the case may be. Then all of a sudden they're busy because they already got what they wanted. And that's a thing. And a man will say, you changed. Because I've seen that. With me.
It's also true, right?
Yes.
The opposite is also true.
Absolutely.
I have a friend. I was talking to him this week. I hope he's listening. It's for you at home. He's in Brazil. I told him to come and listen to this conversation because that's what he does. He's in trouble now. He's not feeling well. He's feeling like shit, and he thinks it's women's fault. I said, let's take a look at all the relationships that you had. I said, what was the only common denominator in this baby here? You were in every single one of them that did not work. So he's the only common thing there, right? But he also starts the same way. It's like always pretending to be this guy that he's not, that he does what he doesn't like to do to get the girl that he wants to have sex with. Instead of, man, I love you. You're so hot. I'd love to have sex with you. And yes or no, that's the deal, right? But because he pretends so much, he gets what he wants. And then the girl shows up the way he doesn't want. Now he's suffering. It happens to boys and girls the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. And I think that when you're told you've changed, and Lori's part that maybe she has grown into who she's supposed to be, I think that you just have to put it out there. Yes, I've changed. I was telling you, whatever the case may be, you missed the birth of me, But thank you, because also people think, if you're with somebody and you're changing up, that person has something to do with it, right? So just include them. And I think the baseline that both Lori and Ephraim that you said right now is speak with clarity.
Yeah.
You have to get away from the blurred lines because I'm going to give you a short story because I'm a storyteller. When my husband and I finally moved in together before we got married, I'm who I am, right? And 6 months later, he's standing in the doorway of the kitchen as I'm making coffee. And he says, I thought you would have changed already. And I looked at him, I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, when we first moved in together, the way you clean, I told him I only cook twice a week. He had to figure something out, and then we ate out because I'm not, Susie homemaker like that. But, I got things done the way I like it to incorporate it. He said, every woman I've been with, after the most of 6 months, they change into who they really are. And I thought you were going to do that. And I said, because this is who the hell I am. I said, listen, it's hard enough being me. I can't be anything else. I've always been like that. Now, men have become intimidated because of it. They've accused me of being overwhelming, or they love it. So it's like, you know what? That's why my affirmation was stop apologizing for who you are. And if that's not the case with you and you're so insecure of who the fuck you really are, learn who you are, and then you know what the hell he means.
Okay, well, let's ask that question. We do have one more other question we'll get to in a second, but you've brought that one up. So, Efraim, if a man says to a woman, you are overwhelming, what does that mean? What does he mean by that? You're overwhelming. Because what was lead him into the statement that is attached to, Margie? When he said that to you and said, you're overwhelming, it was in a conversation about your relationship with him, right?
Yes, because we this was my second marriage. This was his third. But, you know, in through the conversations, and I'm a conversationalist, so I don't care if we're together 13 years, I'm still going to talk the same, or if not more. You know, I'm not, you know, that mutable in that way. So he always, you know, his ex or whatever, lack of this, lack of that. I come in the picture. I'm a talker. I'm loud as hell, and I love sex. And one day, like almost a year into it, in the morning, I get up and I'm a happy morning person. And I'm like, hey, good morning. And I straddle him on the bed and I'm kissing, you know, his forehead, his nose, his mouth, and his two eyes in the shape of the cross, because I'm about to go to work. And he was like, stop. He's like, oh my God, you're so overwhelming. Twice a week is fine for me. And I said, if you plan to sleep next to me in that bed and you think twice enough is enough, you need to pack your bags. And then guess what happened? Yes. And then what happened? He was like, he didn't know what to do. And I said, gotta go. See you later. And that night we had a conversation over dinner, because he said he never has been with anybody who put everything on the table. And I said, I'm always going to be raw. And then what happened? A couple months, 2 weeks before our first wedding anniversary, he's diagnosed with ALS. So 5.5 years, I didn't have no sex. So I was like, see, you got out of it.
But wait, let me clarify. Didn't the person that you were dating recently, didn't he also say that to you too, though? That you were over?
No.
Oh.
No. He said that, and he was what, 8 years younger than me. He said that my energy level was, he would say it out the blue, like, I can't, your energy level is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, shit.
I'll tell you, for my own experience, I haven't lived, or because I am, or who I am, a reflection of Margie, right? So the two of us are pretty much the same. I wake up ready to rock, and there is no conversation in my head. Oh my God, I have to get up, or I can't wait for Friday happy hour. My life starts when I wake up, and I'm happy to live. And so I haven't met anybody in my life that I could say, from experience, this person was overwhelming. And I think I don't know any guy that told me, I mean, I don't have any, my friends would love to meet you, Marge. Because none of my friends ever said, man, my wife wants this so much. I would love my wife to calm down a little bit, because I haven't had any experience like this. I have friends that, you know, first of all, men are not open that way, right? About their wives. They like to talk about other people's wives.
Yeah.
But when it's about my wife, I'm not going to tell my friend that she likes or doesn't like to have sex. They complain if they don't like it, but if they are really sexual, they don't want anybody to know, because what if she's sexual with someone else, right? So that's a very insecure point of view from most guys. But no, look, I really cannot say that I think Margie is the person with experience to answer that more than anybody, because I never had someone overwhelming in my life that, you know, hey, you should come down. I was actually told I was told that many times, that I'm not like you. You can expect me to be like this. You know, for me, a little coffee, it's an excitement moment for me, and I find excitement in everything, right? But because I choose to, I consciously know that that's how I want to live my life. But for people who don't live life based on this, it's a problem. When they wake up in the morning, they're like, oh, I gotta get up, and come on, let's go, come on.
Yeah.
So I'm the one told, hey, chill, man. So baby, can I answer that question the way I'm supposed to?
No, but that was good. That was a good answer. All right, let's go.
Wait, but I also think, like, when my husband told me that, I think it's because he felt he couldn't live up to the expectations of my level. And I said, I don't want you to be like me. I just want you to be open and accepting. But you can tell me, and because I told them early in the relationship, listen, there are days I'm going to always love you, but there's going to be days I'm not going to be able to stand your face. So when those days come, you need to leave me the hell alone. So I put it out there before anything even happened. I said, I'm not going to like you every day. So you're not going to like me. But the underline is the respect is there. You know that today's just not the day to fuck with me. And let me be. And I think that because I've always been like that, people just stand back. Like, he was like confused for a bit. how to handle me. And I said, just be truthful, because you're not going to understand everywhere I'm coming from. But if you say, hey, listen, what are you talking about? Are you making me feel like this? And I'm like, I'm not making you feel like that. You're feeling like that because you're not understanding. I'm coming from blah, blah, blah. And I think that if we all had more open relationships like that it would just be so different. But why do we hinder ourselves trying to assume how the other person's going to react if we say something with clarity? See, I can't be your friend with that, because that's being fake and hypocritical. And I'd rather you just tell me straight. Now, if you're going to tell me something straight, make sure it's coming from your heart and not for what you think how I want to take it, because you just detect that stuff. I like you to come honest. If you don't like something I did, tell me. Tell me.
Yeah, don't walk around with words.
This is, look, the truth of the matter is, this is very simple. It is not difficult to live life based on that. It is much simpler for someone to think about themselves. Okay, people thinking about myself, it is egocentric, you always like you're selfish. But how can you give what you don't have to give, right? So if you don't give yourself the love that you deserve to have, that you want to have from other people, if you don't respect yourself, if you're not trustworthy, if you are not self-confident, how the heck are you going to attract someone who is that? And then you attract some piece of crap, and then you complain that things don't go well. So it starts over here. Everything starts with ourselves.
Oh, my whole love life. You just described it.
No, but the thing is, and then people have so much jealousy. They have all this conversation about, well, you shouldn't dress this way. You're going to meet my mother. So fucking what? That's how you met me. But
yes,
women.
That's right.
But that's not how women usually act in that sense, right? I mean, it's like this. I met you, you have a mini skirt and a high heel and no underwear. Ooh, that's delicious. So I love it, right? So, but think about this. And then I have you, and now I'm gonna take you to meet my mother. There comes you, exactly the same way I met you. And I say, oh, my mom is very religious. If you go like this, she's gonna go crazy. And then you make a stupid mistake of going and changing for my mother. From that moment on, your life is done in that sense. So, but people don't get, no, this is how you met me. I'm gonna go this way, or I'm not gonna go meet your mom. So wouldn't that be much more honorable? But
of course. Yes.
Don't do that. And
that's correct.
That's the problem. I know. So nobody wants to be the true self.
All right. So question from Michelle. So Michelle wrote, what does it mean when a man says, you're amazing, I care about you, but I'm not feeling you like that, and then still says flirty things to you and sends mixed signals?
Ooh, I'm the best at that.
So this is a guy that's basically saying you're amazing, but and I care about you, but I don't feel the same. I don't feel that way about you, but then keeps flirting.
See, but the thing is this: is it the guy's fault that he does that? No. The guy says, "Look, I look at you guys. Okay, you guys are beautiful women. I can flirt with you. I can say whatever I want." Now, again, it goes back to you. I can say, "I don't want to be with you. I would love to have sex with both of you. That would be nice." Right? But the thing
together, wait, together or different times?
No, either way, I know him enough to know it's.
No, but the thing is, yeah.
No. But what I mean is this, right? I can say and be flirtatious with you and acknowledge you and tell you all the things, but I don't want to be with you. I don't want to live with you. I don't want to be your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. But it isn't up to me. I am saying what I'm saying as an acknowledgement. You can listen to, oh, boy, he's flirting with me, but it doesn't. It has nothing to do with what I said. It's how you are about yourself. Or you're so naive to understand, to think that nobody can acknowledge you or something because they want you forever and ever. That's not true. That's not true for anybody. It's not true for men. It's not true for women. Women can look at a nice guy and say, well, holy shit, and not want anything to do with the guy. So guys make the same mistake to think that a woman who is flirtatious want them, and then they go for it, because if the guy doesn't take the first step, he is stupid. So if he takes the first step and the girl backs away, now the guy's screwed. So it's both ways. People misunderstand I think the best way for that is like this. ask the question. So you're flirting with me, aren't you? Oh, it sounds like you're flirting with me. And then what's going to come out of this? Nothing. Or, yeah, I would love to have sex with you. But would a guy do this? I would. If you sit in my living room and you're flirting with me, I will say straightforward, I don't want to have a girlfriend. I don't want to have a relationship. I am done with it. And that's that. So I would love to have this. Would you like it? No? Okay.
See, and that's acceptable. That is in my world, that is totally acceptable. Don't come into it when when you both said in the beginning, yeah, I'm not looking for a relationship, but it hung around for over a year and a half, and then your behavior is matching the person's emotions, but you're still not. And then they ask you if you are like seeing other people, and you deny it. I think that the amount of respect you can have for your lover, your little boy toy, I'm talking from a woman's perspective. If you have a boy toy, a weekend lover, a casual lover, that don't make me a bad person. That just makes me a very fulfilled person. But I think that if in the beginning, if they're all like you, and this level of relationship, then I don't think that we're gonna be left with what the hell happened. I think clarity is just so important when you're starting at this type. If you've been in a relationship for a while, let me tell you something. It's like I tell all the people that I know. You wake up one morning and you realize, wow, I'm in love with this person. Both, right? Man and woman. Oh my God, I'm in love with them. You go on this journey together. Couple months or years down the line, depending who you are, you wake up and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Totally okay. The same way you woke up saying you're in love, it's totally acceptable for you to wake up, know in your heart, it's done. You don't want to be there no more. And just say that and leave. Why do we got to put so many lies or speak in tongues? And we're left wondering, what the hell does he mean, when they just can say, you know what, my life is going in a different direction. I love you, but this isn't for me anymore. Why is that so hard for people to say?
Oh, yeah. See, the thing is this, right? It goes back to that. It's like you getting it, I'm flirting with you, and then you are so confident that you are not afraid to say what you want to say. And there'll be no misunderstanding. There'll be no, well, he's flirting with me, but no. But I don't know. It's just that it's too simple to make it so difficult. I don't know.
Well, I think as I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that what it is that it was two people that were sort of interested in each other. And then the man says, I think you're great, but I'm not interested in you like that. But then he kept flirting. And she started to invest some emotion to it, like some connection to it, where there was probably a disappointment that she wanted more, he didn't. But then, so he established he didn't want it, and then still flirts. So I think that, because I've seen this happen to me, I've seen this happen in general, and I think that it is definitely miscommunication, where she, as the woman, has to come back with one more conversation and say, okay, you're not interested in me. You think I'm great. You're not interested in me, but you're still flirting. So talk to me about this. Like, what is up with this? And he may turn around and just say, I love flirting with you. I like doing that, but I don't want a relationship. And you're right. It's up to the woman to be comfortable with enough to say, hey, you know what? Okay, I like flirting with you too, but I got to tell you, I do want more. And it's bothersome to me because it goes both ways. I've seen it on both sides. I've seen it where the woman is flirting and she established, oh, I don't feel that way about you, but then keeps like hanging on the guy, and the guy's just like, it's killing him because he really wants to date the person. And the person clearly doesn't want to date them, but is not willing to let go. I think it's a combination of the person who continues to flirt also is a little insecure in that they still want to like, they want that person to come back and like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
validation.
Yeah, that I'm flirting with them and they find me attractive. Like they're, but I don't want them. I don't treat them like that, but I want to keep flirting like that. So I think it's all miscommunication on both sides.
Yeah, but the thing is this: if let's just pretend that I am doing this, well, I am flirting with you, and you allow me to do that, right? So you don't have to. If you think that you want something that I don't want, or at least I'm clear that I don't want a relationship, and you allow me to be in a space with you, being exactly what I've always been, it's easier for you to blame me because then it takes responsibility from you. But the truth of the matter is, who is in front of me allowing me to be who I am that you say you don't want? You. So nobody wants to stand and say, I got the power. It's this guy. I love him. He's great. I would love to be with him, but he's just fucking with me. So listen, I'm going to be your friend, but I don't want this. Period. As simple as that. You point one finger, you got three pointing at you. You are responsible for the shit you do or the shit that you don't do. Either way, you are the cause of your own life. It has nothing to do with the guy, has nothing to do with women. It is only up to us. And if you wake up in the morning with that intention, nobody's gonna fuck with me because I'm the super me today. Who the fuck is gonna do things that you don't want? So it doesn't go back outside of us. It doesn't go outside of us. It doesn't matter what the circumstance looks like, what the guy looks like, the girl looks like. It's you, and you. You either are completely in control of who you are so nobody can fuck with that, or you are gonna blame other people. And when you are the victim, you have no power. You give your power to those who are making you the victim or the circumstance. I don't know. All this conversation lies back to one person, and you are the one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Totally for that. But I must say, I consider myself a very strong-willed woman. I know what I want. I go after what I want. If I don't want it anymore, I say I don't want it anymore. But when you start off knowing that there's no relationship that's going to filter, but you enjoy each other, then you're enjoying each other too much, where it's too much now. So emotions get involved from the women because although I'm fire, I'm also fragile. You understand? And I think we can all say that. But you're absolutely right, because your intuition is telling you this. The red flags have been flying in front of your face. And the flirting, it's okay. You can enjoy somebody. You can enjoy having sex with somebody. Having a cup of coffee in the morning and say, have a good day, and not talk to them for a couple days. That doesn't mean you're a whore or a womanizer. That just means you're being true to who you are. It's just like, today, I want one sugar in my coffee or I want two? Am I going to drink coffee later? Am I going to drink tea? It's what your palate desires. And as long as you're doing it with self-respect, I don't see nothing wrong with it. So many women are so hung up with, I don't want to be a whore or this, that. No. But I think emotions get involved, and then we get warped with how we feel, and then we do blame other people. He hurt me. Why did he do this? I don't understand what he's saying. What is he? So absolutely. Her mantra for this morning and my affirmation for this morning all goes into sync to what you just said, and none of this was practiced or scheduled to be said. I think that's the message today, that there was a message we share all the time, which is just, have enough self-love to understand I'm awesome. As he don't want a relationship, but he's still flirting with me. Well, I enjoy his company too every now and again. And just do it. We create our own bullshit. Yeah.
It's absolutely create our own bullshit, our own story. But it's the miscommunication. It's if he's sending you quote mixed messages, because we all do that. Men do it to women, women do it to men. The mixed messages. That's the question when we say what does he mean? Well, what does she mean too? It's the mixed message thing is just ask for the clarity then. That say, hey, listen, you said I was awesome, and you said that, but you don't feel that way about me, and yet you keep flirting. What's up with that? It's a hard question to ask somebody, but you might actually get a decent answer. The guy might say, listen, I love you like a friend. Like I love flirting with you. You're a lot of fun, but I just don't want any type of relationship with you. And I got to say, from having it on both sides, I've had that done to me. I've done it to other people, and I've figured out that it's my own insecurity when they say to me, I don't want a relationship. You're awesome. I don't feel that way about you. And then they keep flirting. That it's my own insecurity that I need to get past to say, okay, why wouldn't he want to date me? What's going on? Why would he flirt with me and not do that and then not go a step further? Because he doesn't. Because he doesn't. And it's the same way, because I've been that way as a woman. I've met guys where, I mean, I could flirt. I mean, I really can. And then, you know, all of a sudden the guy's like, oh, would you like to like go out with me on a date? And I'm like, oh, you know, no, I appreciate that, but I don't feel, you know, I don't feel that way. And then they're like, but you're flirting. Yeah, because it's fun to flirt with you. Like it's fun to do that, but I'm not interested like that in you. And but it's just about being honest. And if the other person can't handle that, like if the guy got pissed at me and said, oh, you know, that, I don't understand why you would do that. I'd say, but that's just me. You know, that's just, like, I would imagine, Margie, that, and I know Efraim gets this, there's no way that he doesn't, because he is flirty and he'll admit that and he knows that. But Margie, when you flirt with guys, do they take it wrong sometimes? Like you'll be flirty and they'll be like, oh, hey, you want to go out? And you're like, yeah, that's not what I meant.
Yes, I'm a natural born flirt. I used to flirt in front of my husband. He knew that it was just something he had to accept because it was just my nature. When I'm comfortable around somebody, when their sexual aura matches mine, but nothing's going to happen, then there's innuendos being thrown out there. If I like you and you catch the innuendo, then what's up? So, but even Eric, he used to say, okay. And I'm like, well, damn, he looks fine. Look at him in that. So, yeah. And because he was confident in who I was with him, but I am a natural born flirt. Yeah, people have taken it wrong and they're like, oh, she wants something. And I'll say, no, you know, because I don't have a problem doing that. But yeah, I love to flirt. I love to make sexual innuendo flirts. And Henny said many times it's just the way the person is. And let me tell you, Henny had a co-worker years ago, right? He was Cuban. And for some reason, since we met, it was always that, whatever. Like, oh, you're Cuban? Yeah, too bad. I'm Puerto Rican. You know, so we always had that type of going back and forth. And we always flirted for some reason. Never crossed any boundaries. And then one day I said something to him and he says, you know what? He said, your sexual aura is so strong that I would never, although I want to, but I would never sleep with you. And I said, well, damn, that was kind of harsh. He said, because I'll know I'll never want to stop. I was like, what? That was like the best compliment. I'm talking about years ago. Mm-hmm.
Michelle says, this is why I only have dogs. And
I love men.
She said that I didn't mention it before, but she said that, she said, good morning, Efraim, my favorite guest.
Oh, thank you.
And then Tiffany Bryan wrote, just be yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, that was from a comment from before. So we had a lot of people jump on today. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Eileen. Good morning, Elitza. Good morning, Marina. Stephanie Nieves. Good morning, Linda Bandino. Good morning. And I don't know if you have anybody else on your end that you wanted to give a shout out to before we go.
Our Janice and Petey's on. You already said. And Nancy says sometimes it's just fun to flirt without drama. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm a natural born flirt, a sexual being. I am up front and in your face. I'm straight up and down like 6 o'clock. So I make foes and I make friends. But the bottom line is I choose who I want in my circle because you got to be real, right? I can't be second guessing. I hate riddles. Speak what your heart is telling you. Speak it out loud. Whoever likes it, fine. So I think the message for today is, you know, what the hell does he mean? Are you going to break your head thinking about it, or are you going to say either speak to me with clarity or keep that to yourself?
Well, wait,
in your pocket.
Listen, what does he mean? Ladies, if you are, if you get annoyed with, you think that you don't understand what he means and you're asking, I want clarity. You also have to be prepared for what the clarity is, because a lot of times we say that. Women are notorious for this. We say, I just wish he would say what he meant, or be straightforward with me. But when the guy is straightforward, you get pissed off. You get annoyed. You don't want to hear it. And it does go both ways. So we have to all be, it's about communication between both genders to say, okay, you have to be, if you want that person to say what they mean and be honest about it, you have to also be able to handle it and not sit there and get pissed off by what you're hearing because you didn't want to hear that. That's you. Like, it's just like the old one. Do I look fat in this? And they go, no, not at all. You know, and that's the whole point. It's like, we want them, we're asking for a question about honesty. Like, listen, if I ask, I really want to know, like, do I look not good in this? Because I don't want to walk out, but it's also about what I'm saying. I think I look good in it. If I think I look good in it, then I'm fine. But if I'm asking for an honest opinion, I do want the honest answer. If the guy says to me, oh, you know what, it's not flattering on you, I'm okay with that. I don't want to sit there and go, what? Wait, what did you say? Am I fat? You know?
You are one times, because that would not fly very well just anywhere. Okay? So a woman asked, they already want the answer, period. So, and many times they ask, what do you think, this or this? I say, I like this. Then they pick the other one. So happened to me many times. So, and then when you make the mistake of saying my love, either one's going to look great on you. Oh, you never want to help me choose.
Yes, there's no answer.
So, the thing is, right? No matter where the conversation goes, if you are willing to ask, what does he mean by that? Then the question goes back to you. You answer that. Why the heck am I still in doubt of what he means? So again, it isn't about the guy. It isn't about the girl. It is about you. And I always going to repeat this 100,000 times. People should practice being with themselves, confident enough not to have to doubt anybody around you. That's all that is to it. And I promise, if we are all in this conversation, supporting each other and creating each other to be greater every day, this question would never rise in our conversation. We'll be complete with ourselves, whether you like them or you don't. I don't give a fuck.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that we have to learn self-love and self-trust. And I think that it always goes back to us. Yeah. Always. I'm guilty of it. For being so outspoken and knowing what the hell I want. There's always that soft spot that, you hold on to something that you shouldn't, or you're confused to where there's no confusion. So I think that with these shows that we do, they're so fabulous for our own inner strength, for us to remember that we are our own super fucking heroes any hour of the day. And if we just believe in ourselves, and 9 out of 10 women will get upset if you're like, yeah, that's not flattering. So even when I'm here and I hear them, so why the hell you asked him? Why the hell you're asking me? How does that look if you're going to say, oh, no, but I'm fat? I say, go ahead with yourself. Because it happens. Women and women too. So yeah, absolutely. And I think in this day and age, with everything that's going on and all the conversations being held and all the relationships we've been in, just sit with yourself. Sit with yourself, breathe. Even if you have to write the pros and cons of who you are, or just tell yourself every day how important you are. And it doesn't matter what anyone else, how they see you,
That's right. And in the end, doesn't matter what the hell he means. Right?
There you go. Because either way, you got it. So, right. Look, the thing is this. We all know this conceptually. Everybody, this conversation is not a new conversation. This is not something that, oh my God, we are so smart, right? There's nothing to do with it. Everybody knows these things. Everybody read a book that's talked about all this. Everybody knows. But until you get up in the morning with the intention of practicing the things you know, knowledge is only power if you practice what you know. Otherwise, it is another book that you close and you're going to go do the same thing that you've always done to get exactly what you always had.
That's correct.
So you want something new in your life, do what you never done.
Exactly.
And with that, wonderful. We want to thank, right? We're good. Do you have one last thing, Margie, you want to mention? Because we got to. I just said that to someone the day before yesterday. I said, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So I don't want to hear shit. Come to me with a different story tomorrow. That's exactly how I told them. Tough love. Tough love. Fabulous, though. Absolutely. Well, we want to thank our very special guest, Efraim Silva, for coming on. He's always so damn insightful, and we appreciate the conversations that we have with him, and we know that you do as well. So for Tuesday, our love, the 5 love languages is the topic of conversation. So please make sure you join in for that. You can reach us on Facebook, like where you're here right now. We're also on the YouTube channel and Instagram. Share. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're slowly working our subscribers up, but we're moving too slow. So kick it up. Everybody on this broadcast can actually go onto the YouTube channel and subscribe. There's no reason you can't do that. So please do that. And again, thank you so much, Efraim, for coming on. We love having you on as always. There's always a spot for you here. And I guess that's
now. A side note, we could have taken that. We could have taken what Lori said as different from what she meant. She said, "Thank you, Ephraim. I love having you on."
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
I love it.
No, you're missing.
Listen.
You're missing.
I love having you on. Go ahead.
No, you should have said, Efraim, I love when you come with us. To speak, of course.
Did I say that? Oh, Freud would be right now.
I love that innuendo.
Okay, anyway, then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. See you later. Bye, thank you.
Anyway, thank you so much.
Love you, ladies.
Great weekend. And from the Badass Buddha, remember, be you, be real, be extraordinary. And Margarita.
Remember, from the Gladiator Guru, breathe in the beauty and breathe out the bullshit. Yeah. Namaste.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.